Let's roll. Let's go. Come on. Let's get down. Excited about today. Let's go. Get through the ads, and we're going to get down to business.
Hello, Yinghao. Is it Yinghao Hor? Am I saying that right?
We're going to get down today. Let's go. Come on. Ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another 5K tennis discussion. Today is Tuesday, September the 22nd, 2020. And we're going to get right into some pre-French Open topics, some interesting ones to say the least. Apologize in advance if this video or live video cuts off. Our internet connection is really spotty at best, especially now. It was before the storm, but it's especially now. Mm-hmm. So if it cuts off right in the middle, just hang tight for 5 or 6 minutes and we'll restart it. So apologize in advance. What was I going to say next? Oh, hopefully everybody's doing well. We are doing well, and we'll get into that in a moment. But thanks so much to everyone out there for the support over the past few days. We are in our regular room at our house. There's no power. There is next door, but not here because there are some things that have begun to transpire, at least for work on the house. It's not going to be livable for multiple months, but there was people here today actually professionally covering the roof and getting ready to start work on that, and then months of internal repair. So I think all in all, we're plodding along beautifully. Besides having to live with other people, I think that's really the worst part about this entire ordeal. When you lose your house and you rent it and you have nowhere to go, with 4 or 5 kids and a dog and a big dog.
4 kids and a dog.
Well, we have 5, but our oldest one's in college, so the 5th is removed. Big dog. You stay with someone else and it gets a little tumultuous, but not tumultuous, but it can become tumultuous.
Our friends have been really kind-hearted. They've been angels.
Yeah,
but it's just like, I think anybody knows that when you live in somebody's house, you don't want to make them feel very uncomfortable. People have their life. They live a certain way, their schedule. Especially when you're older, you've already lived life. You've done your hard work. You're retired, and things are different. You're not used to hearing kids run around, sleep late. I appreciate everything they do. They've been angels. Last night I had one of my students call me, and she was kind enough to offer me her vacation home until I find something. So we'll be moving there this Saturday, which I thought, wow, I didn't think that was possible. So that helps a lot until I find out what's going to happen with the insurance people and where we're going to move from there. What's the next step? So I thought, wow, that was very sweet of this lady to offer us that home, so we can have our own space. And she knows the people that are that we live with. They're also friends, and she says, they need their privacy and you guys need your privacy. I thought that was very kind-hearted.
Yeah, and so incredible shouts out to those Bear Wharton, Barbara Wharton, and Lauren Carter. I think that's her last name. I should know that, but I do not, for helping us facilitate this absolutely really bumpy situation, but it's a positive situation moving forward. By the way, Carla had some news yesterday, and I put a post out there on the.
I don't know. First of all, I just have to say, Justin, I would have kept that inside of me for a long time. I wouldn't have told anyone, honestly.
So the news is and we will know more Friday, but Carla has been going through some different things with her cervix and uterus. Anyway, so she's been dealing with this since she was very young, by the way. Never said anything, no reason to, but she has been confirmed that she has cervical cancer. So we'll know more Friday about how far it has gone and what the next steps will be. Mm-hmm. So hey, the house can be replaced, and understand that things happen, but Carla's kind of the backbone of this crew. She's always the soldier, that's battling it out no matter what. We all battle it out with her, but Carla is absolutely the cornerstone of this crew, no doubt. So we hope very much that on Friday, whatever the future brings for you is a positive future and not a bad future, right?
Well, yeah, I don't know what to say. I'll find out Friday. I'll think about it when Friday gets here. I don't know. I do appreciate all the comments. A lot of you guys send me personal messages. I thought, wow, that was cool. And that's it.
So again, moving forward, enough about that. This is a tennis show. It's a positive one.
Yinghao says Greetings, Carla. Yin will be fine. The HOU is pronounced how, so it's Ying Hao. Ying Hao. So like how. Okay. Perfect. All right.
You all right?
Yeah. Let's go.
All right. You seem a little red-eyed over there or something. You good?
Go.
All right. Moving forward, thanks again to everyone out there. Internationally, that watched the weather videos and what occurred and the support and the positive messages. Sure, there was trolls out there that were like, yeah, you shouldn't have built on the damn island in the first place. You should go to hell because you did so, and all that stuff. We didn't choose to live where we live. Our jobs chose that for us, and we have kids, so we have to work. So anyway, we didn't build it and we rent it. So hopefully that's well and understood. First of all, let's start today's tennis news with this. Novak Djokovic wins yet another Masters 1000 in Rome. Can we take a brief minute to understand how amazing this is? Now, by the way, mind you that this count that Djokovic has of Masters 1000s has surpassed Nadal and Federer. Some of those Federer and Nadal fans out there that are just solely those fans, they really look at just their records and don't really look at the rap sheets of other players, not just Djokovic, but anyone else, because it's either their rap sheet or no one's rap sheet. But this guy now has won. I hate to say this guy, this gladiator rather, has won now the Masters 1000 events 2 times over all the way through. Now, it's almost closer to 3 or 4 because I think anyone out there that keeps up with Djokovic, I'm going to shoot some numbers off from the hip. I think there's only a couple, like 1 or 2, maybe 3 Masters 1000s that he's won twice, and the rest of them are 3 and 4. I think Cincinnati is one of them, if I recall. Cincinnati, I think he's only won 2. And maybe it's the Rogers Cup or the one in Canada, I can't recall, which might be another 2. But if you look at the numbers by the books, I think the lot of those, only a handful, 2 or 3 tournaments that he's only won twice, have been leading up to a very big major type tournament. Being that he's always been chasing Federer and Nadal his basically his entire career. In 2007 and 8, I was at the U.S. Open. I've mentioned this before as kind of a string apprentice in a way. So kind of hands-on, not getting paid, but having some abilities to watch some matches. And Djokovic then was in the final in 07, correct me if I'm wrong, and played Federer. And I think Federer won in straights. It was like 7-6, 7-6, 7-5, or 3 straight sixes, I don't recall. But that was then, and this is now. And since that point in time, he has actually absolutely destroyed the competition, and those 2 inclusive, besides Nadal and Clay. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, I'm looking at here. Carteri says 36, baby. Go Nolan.
I mean, incredible.
Trump says, speaking about late September, temperature and conditions when Nadal doesn't like, ball will not bounce high, also night match. But then Wayne Chia says French will not have a night match.
Why would they not? Didn't they just put a roof on the damn thing?
I don't know.
Why would they have a night match?
Wildlife says, I believe Nadal...
Who said that?
Wayne Chia says they will not have a night match.
Why won't they have a night match? I haven't heard of that. I mean, maybe is it some type of precaution for getting people home during some type of pandemic type thing? I thought, correct me if I'm wrong, they just put a roof on. And what's the main stadium there called? Is it Langland? Is it Suzanne Langland? Do I have that way off? Am I at the wrong facility there? What's the center court at the French Open? It's not Langland. Why did I say? Is it Langland? Why did that pop in my head?
I don't know. Wildlife says, I believe Nadal led Djokovic in Masters 1000s titles 26-14 back in 2013. Crazy how much ground Djokovic has made up. Gene says it's Philippe Chartier.
Chartier. Thank you. Gene Swart.
Hey,
Sup?
what's up, Dark Knight?
Sup?
How are you?
Sup? I love that fact. What's up, Gene? Okay, so let's put that into perspective, though. You've won all the Masters 1000s through twice. And besides a handful of them, you could have coughed up 3 times over, or maybe even 4. Absolutely incredible standing ovation for him. Now, I do have to mention one thing about Djokovic right off.
So, Wildlife says no matches scheduled at night this year, but matches scheduled in the late afternoon, early evening will continue after dark.
What's the variable? What's the causal part there? What failed? Why no night match? Is it related to because of social distancing? Why no? Like, I haven't heard this. I you know what I'm saying? Does this cause delays in the tournament? What happens if it rains on outer courts? Is this gonna? You know, it generally rains in France during this tournament, right?
Right.
You know, it's kind of like Wimbledon. You know, you're gonna get rain, so you know maybe that's a cause for a longer tournament along the way. But in terms of Djokovic, I do have to say one thing. We know that he just was. I think erroneously, if that's the wrong term, but just bullshitly, how about that? Bullshitly disqualified from the U.S. Open. He hit someone in the throat, accidentally, whatever, okay, we've talked about it, not going there, but moving forward. So he was penalized for this bit of conduct, right? Has he, and I don't know, I'm asking, since that time he played Rome, right? So U.S. Open, the accident, and then Rome, right? And did he play anything before Rome, like an exhibition match? I don't think so.
No.
So U.S. Open, then Rome. Did Djokovic have any outbursts from a sportsmanship standpoint, or did he break a racket through the entire tournament in Rome? Does anybody know the answer to that question? Did Djokovic break a racket or shoot off at the mouth during that tournament in Rome? I don't know.
I know he had that whole thing where he was saying bad words, or he was upset in his language. I mean, I didn't read anything about it. Right? Djokovic broke a racket.
Okay, who said that? Who said that?
Everybody.
Who said they broke a racket?
Wildlife.
List them off.
Rodney.
Okay. Carteri.
Alexander.
There we go. Give me some more. Give me some props for that.
Gene Schwartz. Bosch.
There you go.
You know, the thing is, you would think, okay, here it is. It's like if you're caught stealing, you go to jail, and then you do it again.
Just chill, bro.
You would think he would stop. Like, you know that Nadal and Federer are put up on a pedal. Right? A pedestal? What do you call it?
I mean, a hierarchy, a different echelon.
They're like kings and prince, and here is the evil guy, Novak, right? I'm not saying he's evil.
Yeah, no,
I'm just saying
we're big fans, and you know that.
The world looks at him that way. Here you are, you just got disqualified from a tournament, and then you're going to do it again? Like, you're going to smash your racket? What about if it hits somebody?
Yeah, exactly.
This is where someone has to come in his team and tell him, look, Novak, right now you don't look as you're not looking good. You're not a positive role model. People just want to bring you down. Why not chill? Someone has to talk to him. Someone.
I think there was some, Andy Murray, and I hate to bring Andy Murray up. It's irrelevant with this conversation. But Carla, why did you nor I or a lot of us in our tennis circle never really particularly cared for Andy Murray? Why was that?
He was always screaming at his camp, and I can't stand that.
Or always kind of whining or pouting or,
Yeah, I get passion. Carteri says he has passion, and it's something one cannot control. I get that. Gene says Djokovic clearly stated in his interview that everyone lets emotions out from time to time.
Okay, but hold that thought.
He lets hate. Look, man, it's like me right now.
I'm a fan, biggest fan.
Right now, I could yell at people. I could curse at people. I could be upset at the world. I could just be like, F everybody, but I'm not. There has to be a moment in your life where you have to tell yourself, look, channel this anger in a different way. Bring it out in a different way. You have to. We can do that as humans.
Okay, a hypothetical flow right here. Hypothetical flow. Let's think for a minute here. Again, the biggest Djokovic fan on the planet. I know a lot of you are I'm a big fan for a lot of reasons. We've discussed this forever. He's a patriot. He's a fighter. He's a gladiator. I'd go to war with him any day. However, I have talked about my past in my life where I've made stupid mistakes and paid for them dearly. Do I want to keep doing that? When am I going to learn my lesson? Now, here's the hypothetical flow. So Djokovic accidentally and was erroneously disqualified from the U.S. Open. In my opinion, that's fact, and people will debate that and say, you're an idiot, hit some lady in the throat. There was some acting involved, and maybe it scared her, maybe not, whatever. Okay, enough said about that. But let's just say when he smashed the racket at Rome, I didn't know about it until you enlightened me, but let's just say he smashed the racket or smashed one and did like a Sistipas deal or an Albanian deal, and the racket struck somebody. Let's just say. Now he's got a rap sheet now because of some fictitious lie. Well, not lie, it happened, but it was over exaggerated to sell advertisements that took place during the story. I'll leave my conspiracy theories elsewhere. But let's just now say a shard of graphite or a handle flew off the racket and took a ball boy's cheek out and caused a scratch on his cheek. Ask now Bandian. What happens? Now it went from, hey, that was an accident and just some bullshit at the U.S. Open to, okay, now we got a dude that is actually really acting like a buffoon. So I ask an objective response to that. I ask an objective thought process to that because it is a very poignant question. I mean, you must ask yourself, if I just struck someone accidentally, I'm on board, love them to death, let's go Djokovic, let's go Nolan, come on, let's go. However, if that damn racket strikes somebody after you got a big-time disqualification that made international headlines all over the world in all 195 countries, maybe I'm off by one or two now because of splits and so forth, that we live in the entire world, are you telling me that now this isn't a call for maybe a suspension, maybe for a year, or some Kyrgios-like suspension? Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong?
Dark Knight says, Novak still hasn't addressed his temper. How does his coaches not lecture him?
Sports psychologist. The coach Vajda to me is one of my favorite coaches in all of tennis that I've followed since I was born into the game. I love the way he approaches. He's a soldier. I love his attitude. I love his fight. That's why I like Djokovic, and that's why I'm like, let's go. My country's been bombed out. I've played in bombed out swimming pools. I've had countries I don't even have any association with destroy my cities. And I'm here to fight, and that's why I love these guys, right? However, with the likes of Andy Murray, what did Andy Murray have to implore into his camp to finally stop whining so damn much? A sports psychologist, right? Mm-hmm. So there's something that has to be addressed with Djokovic moving forward, and I mean immediately forward, to get him to settle down, at least externally. Find a way to channel it internally, and find a way to put that into your game. Name some players that can channel emotions negatively into their game positively.
Well, you got Nadal's an expert at that.
Nadal's
an expert. You got to give him a crown for that.
Medvedev, Boris Becker was another. There's a lot of players out there that are bad boys. Lendo's another one. Mm-hmm. I'll even throw Michael Chang in there for a minute.
Agassi knew how to channel. He was quiet, but he knew how to channel it.
Who was Michael?
Safin? No, Safin would just...
Well, yes, no, that's a good one. Who said that? Who said that?
Safin yelled through the whole thing, and he just got through it yelling.
Look, and Gene Swart, by the way, is what, 18, 19 years old? For him to even bring up Safin, I think he was probably in his crib during when you and I were watching Safin, right? So I mean,
we're the same age.
I know, but what I'm saying, Safin's been playing for 20 years and now retired, or 15 years and now retired. That's what I'm saying. When he was a little baby boy.
Yes, Mitrovic players must express in some way, but you just got disqualified.
I agree with you.
Here you are. Yes, there's a way to express yourself. Carteri said, "I'd rather smash a racket than throw a ball." True. But smash the racket maybe in front of you, in your face, so that stuff can shatter in your face and go in your eyes, not somebody else's eyes.
Do you remember what Mikhail Yuzhny, does anyone remember Mikhail Yuzhny? And he's going to come up in a topic a little later about the current Hall of Fame votes that are going on now that many people probably don't know about. But do you remember Mikhail Yuzhny? He would just smash the racket on his face. Boom, boom, boom. Just give himself the damage. Give the old Yuzhny salute. You guys remember that? Mm-hmm. You remember Yuzhny? Isn't Yuzhny coaching someone right now, actually? Mm-hmm. Yuzhny is in the box with, is it Shapovalov? Is Yuzhny in the box?
I think so, yeah.
I think Yuzhny is coaching.
Again, here you are, the evil guy, because you're from somewhere and no one understands you. And you're going to keep behaving the same way. Eventually, you have to change that. We all know he's charismatic. We all know he's got a great personality.
Yeah.
We all know he's a giving person. We all know he's a champion and a hard worker and has a gold of heart. But there's something that he has to do. I mean, he needs to have someone in his camp to calm him down. It's okay to explode. It's okay to yell. Yell instead of, just being, I don't know, yell.
Yeah.
Yell might be better.
But just don't let, okay, so let's say this is tennis here in this metaphor. Let's pull the tennis out of it. Tennis is gone. Now let's just put up like life. Let's say criminal law. That's not even a good example because I'm not trying to tie criminal behavior here with on a tennis court. Let's just say your job. Okay, your job. So you go to work one day and you're trying to throw some paperweight at the trash at the same time you're talking to your manager and he pisses you off or she pisses you off. It's like you're getting 2 hours dot pay because you were late home for lunch and you get the paper and you meant to hit the trash can and it bounces off the wall because you swung it so hard and popped the manager right in the face. Accidental. Same like the U.S. Open. The damn paper jumped off the ball and hit the damn manager in the face. Oh shit. Okay, now because I'm mad and he knows I'm aggravated, the paper bounced off the wall, ricocheted off and busted him in the damn face.
Well, I'm going to say...
Okay, let me finish this thought. Okay, so with that said, and I'm a Djokovic fan, but I'm trying to look out for him. If with that said, the manager be like, man, you just hit me in the face with that paper because you were pissed off. I get you made the shot of the year. It bounced off that wall, hit that corner, jumped up and tagged me right in the freaking throat. Okay, don't let that ever happen again. Next time I'm pissed off at some worker in a different room and the manager just happens to be walking down the hallway. The same manager that I tapped in the damn throat with the damn piece of paper that bounced off the wall, ricocheted off the ceiling fan, and flapped him right in the throat. So, lo and behold, I'm pissed off at this freaking dude because he took my damn salsa out the refrigerator, and I slap a damn thing of paper, it bounces off the wall, bounces off the ceiling, off the office building window, out the door, a bird flies by and it chips off his beak and busts me in the throat again. Accidental as hell. But what's that manager going to say now? Dude, get the hell out of here. So all I'm saying is everybody's watching. Everybody's watching. Don't throw your damn racket. You just got kicked out of the damn U.S. Open by accident. But don't, dude, because everyone's watching, and I can assure you, the flags from the referees, like in NFL football, or the red flag in soccer, it's going to come out quicker. Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh, it's like when your kids piss you off and you throw something,
Hit
right?
them in the face.
Or it doesn't even hit that person. It hits another person. I mean, it happens.
It happens.
You gotta be
Shit
careful.
happens. Look at the house.
Carteri says, this is true for life. Overreacting is never good, and you would get in major trouble.
Exactly. It's not that we want the trouble. I'm just saying you just...
And they're saying, wow, they can't believe how much you defend Djokovic after being a Federer fan.
All right, well, I'm just being real. The metaphor is life. I mean, the metaphor is life.
Dark Knight says, Justin defending Novak more and more lately.
I love Dark Knight. I would hey, Dark Knight was one of the OG people here, if not one of the very first. I mean, when I dragged Carla out on the back porch, I think he was maybe right there from day one.
Wildlife says, I can't believe Justin, formerly a Federer fan, is a pro-Djokovic conspiracy theorist.
How is that a conspiracy theorist? I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you.
Hey, Travis Bickley from Germany.
Man.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go, Germany. Come on.
He says, with the new roof in Paris, Novak will be the top favorite. I don't know that Novak looked great, though, guys. I don't think he looked great, though.
Okay.
I mean, you gotta admit, Novak is beatable in play.
I don't think so right now because Nadal is the only person that I think could beat him,
God,
and he looked like old man winter rolling on his Christmas sleigh.
Again, he didn't want to face Novak in the final.
That's your excuse for Schwartzman beating Nadal, is that somehow he knew...
Who gives a shit? I mean, who really gives a crap? Who won the Cincinnati Open?
I don't even remember.
Was Novak? Yeah, see, I don't remember.
You asked the question you didn't know the answer to. Wah, wah, wah,
Anyways,
wah.
how many times? It doesn't matter. These tournaments they don't matter. The 1,000 Masters, the slams is what counts. It's like Ramesh.
She just said ATP 1000 Masters
No,
don't
they do matter.
You just said they don't matter.
They're not even like they were set up last year. I'm talking about this has
How are they
changed.
not set up there like last year?
There's no fans. It's just different now.
I'm getting dumber listening to this take over here.
Oh God.
Not really.
Do you really think by Nadal losing? He did lose last year and still won the French Open. He lost almost all of them and still won the French Open. Who gives a crap? It's the big kahuna. That's what you care about. Don't worry about the other shit.
Can you define big kahuna?
French Open, US Open, Wimbledon.
Okay, so the granddaddies.
The granddaddy.
I still don't think that's a good excuse for losing to Diego Schwartzman.
Who gives a crap? I heard his girlfriend's beautiful. Someone told me that. Barbara told me that. Is that true? Like he's like with a model? Is she taller than him?
I don't know. I do keep hearing about Diego Schwartzman's girlfriend. I have not checked
Is
it out.
she taller than him? I'm just curious.
Well, that's a great question.
Gene said, nope, still 5 sets on clay is a different baby. Doesn't make
It
Rafa less favorite because he lost early
It
in
is.
Rome. Come on.
It is.
Get real. 3 sets is different than 5 ruling sets.
Okay, that's Gene Swart.
Yeah.
You can't argue that. It is the truth. So we'll leave it
10-10
there.
on the girlfriend? Okay, I got to see this.
Can we show everybody the girlfriend?
I got
I have never seen her. Remember,
Diego.
if it's a blondie, I don't like blondies. I like darker
Diego.
complexion and darker hair and darker eyes. So if it's a blondie, I'm out. The only one blondie I've ever liked in my life is Sabine Lisicki. I like Sabine Lisicki, but that's the only blondie.
Girlfriend. All right, let's see this girlfriend. That's his girlfriend?
Well, you got to find something better than that.
Okay.
That looks like they just woke up or something.
Let's see.
Okay.
Hey.
Anyway.
Oh, they're the same height.
All right. Well, still is not a great picture, but that's okay.
She's all right.
I'm not really worried
I still
about
think
that
that Nadal's wife is a lot.
Okay.
Pretty.
Let me ask a question.
Anyway, she is pretty though. Let's go back to this. Hold on. Once
Get hot in here.
Travis said, "Dear Federer fans, in the comments, it's about the GOAT. GOAT will be the end and not Miss Universe. Where's beauty, elegance, popularity, second count? Please stick to the sporty, even if it hurts so much." I agree with you. To me, the GOAT is who has the most. We've said this before.
Well, we're going to talk about the current Hall of Fame ballot coming up at the next segment here. But I love the comment that he just wrote, because a lot of us have catching heat over the years. Carla and I have said at certain points that we thought Steffi Graf was indeed.
Oh, he said the most beautiful woman in the world is my girlfriend. I love you, honey. Good for you, Travis.
Okay. Hey, make sure your girlfriend was watching this. You might get some brownie points tonight. But look, Carla and I have said on a couple of occasions that if you put everyone's resume or rap sheet throughout their pro career on a platter, including sportsmanship, how they carry themselves, what the media covers off the court, even though it has nothing to do really with what you did on the court, and then put it all in a pile and weighed them all together, that some of the players like Steffi Graf may be the greatest of all time. Now, we all know if Steffi Graf played Serena Williams in their primes, that Serena Williams would have destroyed Steffi Graf. I admit that I think that is true. But if you put their whole career, including, I'll shove this ball down your throat and the debacle on court with Osaka and everything else, with Steffi Graf's career, I would think that some of those really bad tirades would level the playing field off and nudge Steffi Graf up. So do you see what I'm saying, though?
Mm-hmm.
So
let me go to
the overall package.
Let me go to some other comments. Mitchell X, I didn't understand your comment, so please explain. Let's say you get 20% off your salary 3 months in a row without reason, and what you're gonna tell your manager? Thank you. Can you give me one more month off, 20% off? So are you saying that Djokovic is upset because of all the stuff that's going on? I didn't understand that comment.
I mean, I didn't really follow that one.
Yeah,
but
so
nonetheless,
explain. Wayne and Chia says the roof might not be used most of the time.
So I guess to keep everything flowing.
Maj says no one ever tops Rafa's favorite French Open.
You can't, because three out of 5 sets is a different animal. And Gene Schwartz said it absolutely perfectly. There's not much you can do to compare 2 out of 3 to 3 out of 5. How many players in history have been down 2-0 and come back to win? So, it's a different ballgame, especially when it's Nadal, especially when he has won 12 of these damn things. Now, this is the crazy part. Think about this for a second. Is it or is it not a major freaking accomplishment for one player to win one major? Huge accomplishment. How many tennis players in history have won one major and freaking retired? I'm done. Oh my gosh, I can't do that again. It's my lifetime moment, right? You get it? Homeboy's won 12 of them plus 7 more. So to have the savviness and the experience on those courts, and I'm sure he's going to play on whatever court he chooses, it's going to be rather hard to dominate him there in 3 out of 5 sets. Now, the only leveling of the playing field, I think, would be the lack of fans. I think the match he played against Schwartzman, I think Nadal looked disinterested. I don't think he looked necessarily tired. I think he looked disinterested. His first serve percentage, if I remember, was somewhere in the 50s. I may be wrong there. He had trouble holding, and he paid the price. Diego Schwartzman will always battle. He'll always be in every point. He's always going to be there. He's not going to go away. And Nadal just looked disinterested. Now, if he carries that level of play into the French Open.
He's not, Justin. You know that. Again, you can't go by that. Let's read more comments. Let's see. Oh, Regine says Nadal's much tougher to beat in 5 sets and 3. That's a fact. Wayne M. Chia says, I saw Rafa's video today. I think he's pumped. I'm sure he is. Travis says Serena Williams also disqualified because of blind person. Yeah, that's because she told someone she was going to shove the ball down her throat.
Exactly. So does that level the playing field off of greatest of all time if you're looking at the overall package? Exactly. It does. If you're just looking at majors and you're looking at Margaret Court and the lot of her majors that she won being basically Australians, because a lot of people didn't play that at that point in time, does it asterisk it? I think it does. So with that said, Serena Williams had all of hers during the Open era for, am I right or wrong there? So if you're overlapping the two, then she's the greatest. But if you're putting Steffi Graf in the mix because she's got a lot of slams, and then you throw into her entire package from a sportsman woman or a sportsman or whatever.
But this is not a sportsman award. This is who has the most.
But someone asked the question if you looked at the whole package, and I think you should look at the whole package.
You can't look at the whole package. Come on, it's what you've accomplished. How many slams have you won? Just like in any sport, how many Super Bowls, how many golf whatever slams you won. I mean, that's how many gold medals did you have? I mean,
so okay, does Lance Armstrong deserve to be in the Hall of Fame?
No, because he cheated. That's different.
Okay. Now, does Mike Tyson deserve to be in the Boxing Hall of Fame because he bit off Evander Holyfield's ear?
That's not cheating. That's just being a sore loser.
Okay, he bit someone's ear off.
That's being a sore loser.
But does that does that tarnish his legacy? He bit someone's ear off.
It's a sore loser.
I mean, I don't know how you qualify
I don't know
gnawing on
how
someone's
you
ear.
I don't know.
Both ears.
One ear.
Didn't he bite both ears? Didn't he take a chunk out of this one and then that one? I think he tore off both ears.
One ear.
All right. Well,
Biting. Ronnie says biting ear is okay.
Whoa. What's his name?
Ronnie.
All right, Ronnie. I love you, bro.
That's not, you're not a criminal.
Nah.
I mean, you're not a criminal. How many people still love O.J. Simpson? And he possibly, very possibly,
How on a tennis show do you get into OJ?
could have killed his wife.
You remember that was like yesterday?
And it's,
He was like cruising down the street, my white Bronco.
Possibly. So many people love Michael Jackson, but he possibly could have been a child molester.
Is it because of the lawyers and how much they paid them? It's a possibly and not a definitely. Does it have anything to do with that? Or
I mean, Trump.
I don't know.
Let's go to Trump.
Oh no, I don't want to talk about politics.
He could have possibly
I don't want to.
possibly been involved in a lot of stuff.
I don't want to talk about all that.
But I'm just saying.
All right.
Anyways, let's go back to the comments. Okay. Justin, you the man. Let's go. Says Lucifer 666.
Let's go, bro. Let's go.
Grande, he changed his name. He's now called. He was before Look. Okay. William Chia says, in the corporate world, if you cannot control your emotions, you will not progress far.
Thank you, William Chia. Hey, and William Chia, I think, is into accounting and numbers. So, William Chia, do me a favor. Next time you go to work or if you work from home and your boss pisses you off, go get your laptop, ride down to his house, hit him in the throat with it, and just say, man, my bad. It was an accident. Didn't mean to do it.
Trump says, I remember someone was so dominant like Novak in the 2020 season. ATP Cup winner, Australian Open winner, Dubai winner, Cincinnati winner, US Open, for me, clearly winner, Rome winner. Yes, he's a winner.
Who said that?
Trump.
Hey, dropping knowledge.
Yeah,
dropping knowledge.
He says, Djokovic didn't look good in Rome, though he's barely even destroying his opponents on clay lately. I agree, that's what I said.
But he won.
But he won, but it is 2 out of 3.
Shut up. I mean,
it is 2 out of 3.
So sometimes I get dumber. Literally. Sometimes I get dumber when he's been struggling, but he won. And look, here's the difference between clay and hard. A tactician as Djokovic is. And by the way, one of the greatest shots I've seen in modern history, and I've seen some good shots. Djokovic was playing Schwartzman, and I want to say it was in the second set, but this freaking lob he laid down on Schwartzman, oh my God. It wouldn't have mattered if it was Riley Opelka, Ivo Karlovic stacked on top of one another. They still wouldn't have been able to hit it, and it still curved over and landed in. So Djokovic was like sprinting across the baseline, deep in a defensive position, like running backwards on the X. You want to be cutting balls off, but he's like running away and defending, and coughs up this nasty lob. Freaking goes up and angles over Schwartzman's head, comes over like 12 feet above his little ass head, and then still dropped it in the freaking back corner. Insanity. Did anybody see that? Am I the only one that saw that shot? It's freaking sick.
What's up, B-Dog? He said, not blemishing his career at all. Alex M said, OJ is so guilty.
Yeah, right? Who said that?
Alan.
Yeah.
And then Alan said, where's your pot? What pot?
For my head during the video.
Oh, okay. Trump says, Novak Djokovic is the same like Russell Crowe, Gladiator movie. Nobody liked people from third country.
Exactly.
I guess nobody likes me. Just saying. Gene, Novak says he's a mental beast. That is what is getting him through most matches. That's was certainly the case in the last week of Rome tournament.
But look, what happens though? What happens if in the first or second round, let's say Djokovic...
No, this is definitely not the Novak fan club today.
Absolutely
My
not.
Lord, says Dark Knight. My Lord. No, I'm a Nadal fan. I think that Justin is completely wrong thinking that Mr. Nadal is not going to do good at the French Open.
I don't think he'll do bad.
Let's not forget that last year the guy lost almost every tournament he entered, except I think he won the Italian. That was the only one he won, or one of those, the smaller ones. And he still won the French Open. Maybe he doesn't want to show his goodies. It's like when you meet a girl, you don't want to show all your goodies.
What do you show? What kind of goodies you showing? What kind of goodies you got to show? If I meet you, what goodies do I got to show, girl? Huh? I got to show you some goodies?
They want to be the superstar at the end.
Shoot, define goodies. Is it a car? Is it biological? What are goodies? She's talking about goodies. Like, I got to meet it. Did that happen with us? Did I have to show you goodies? I don't even know what goodies are. Define goodies. See? That's what I'm talking about. I get lost sometimes.
I'm just saying.
Goodies. Man, I'll show you some goodies. All right. So anyway, but
come on, Carla. It's not about showing. They just play. Okay, let me go back to some other comments that were good. Let me go back because let's see. Is Serena playing the French?
Yeah. She is playing the French, and that's going to be a topic in a little bit. I've got 4 pages. And I'm not even halfway through with page 1.
Random Chia says 12 was recently voted the top sporting achievement in history. What Nadal's done is amazing, amazing.
Do you think that record will ever be broken? That someone will win 13 or 14 or however he ends up, saying, or however many count he ends up staying at? Do you think anyone will ever replicate that? I know we all said, no one will ever beat Federer's 20, and there's 2 people knocking on the door.
Mitrovic says Rafa's always the first favorite at Roland Garros. When will people learn?
Well, I guess when he gets beaten.
Maj says Rafa is not the guy to not interested. Novak may even be fed, but not Rafa for sure. Look at his warm-ups.
All right, okay, I'm gonna ask a Vegas betting question, and think about this Vegas betting question, okay? Let's say you had $100 to gain, not to bet, but $100 to gain. Let's say, I'm making something up, but let's say Nadal is an absolute favorite to win it with no odds. So in other words, if you bet $100, then you win $100. It'll be a whole lot worse than that. More like, I bet you Nadal will be like 4-1, and you'll have to bet $400 just to win 100 if Nadal wins. So let's be real. Let's say Nadal's a 4-1 favorite. So if I go to Las Vegas, I got to put $400 on Nadal. If he does not win, I lose my $400. If he does win, I get my $400 back, and I get $100. Follow me? Now let's say someone like Pablo Cuevas. Okay, let's just say Pablo Cuevas, for crying out loud. He just had a good match against Fritz, I thought. Let's say Pablo Cuevas is a 1 to 10,000 odds of winning. So in other words, I can bet that $100, but if I lose $100. But if I win $10,000. Would you rather risk your $400 to win 100 with Nadal, or would you rather bet $100 and only lose $100, but stand the chance to win $10,000? If you had to choose one bet,
with who?
Which one would you take?
With who? Who's the player?
Pablo Cuevas.
I still go Nadal. No.
Okay, so you would rather risk 400?
No.
To win 100. So you're that confident Nadal's going to win?
Not Cuevas. If you said Djokovic, then I'll bet that way.
But his odds wouldn't be like that.
Exactly. So no, not a good betting. Travis says Djokovic is like Muhammad Ali, was also hated by most people in his active career, and in the end, Ali became the awards the greatest sportsman in the 20th century.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Unfortunately for Novak, just because he's not American, and no, I don't think that'll happen for him.
Second segment, you ready?
I'm lost, laugh out loud. Wait, let me go back here. Ronnie says Nadal 12-0, Nole 8-0, Federer 8-4.
Are those the real odds?
No, I don't know.
Go back and read those and read who sent them.
Ronnie said that.
Ronnie said what?
He said Nadal 12-0, Nole 8-0, Federer 8-4. But Federer's not even playing.
Well, that couldn't be the odds because they'd have to be like 8-1.
Ronnie says I wouldn't bet either. Winning 100 is enough for Pablo. Will never win Roland Garros.
Okay.
When does Roland Garros draws come out?
I think like this Saturday or Sunday.
Someone mentioned it here.
By the way,
Thursday at 6 p.m.
So let me mention this real quickly while I think about it because I didn't have this written down.
By the way, thank you, Anthony. I think you just sent me a comment. I'm sorry, there's so many comments. He said, "Hi, Carl and Justice. Sorry about the damages in your home due to the storm, but keep staying positive.
Let's go.
Fine."
Let's go.
Yes.
Real quick before I forget, because if I don't say it, I won't come back to it because I didn't jot a note. A lot of you have asked me here on the channel, and a lot of you have asked me personally, whether it's Facebook Messenger. By the way, if you want to catch up with us on Facebook, look in the description field below. There's a link to it. If we have a stable roof over our heads, this is our house that we're in now, but we can't live in it. The ceilings are falling behind me, and there's mold growing. So we're able to stream here, but that's it. So if we have moved into a place by this weekend that's not in a friend's house, then I will do the fantasy team. I will do the tennis racket giveaway. The only problem is when I'm at someone else's place and they're trying to relax, whatever, and I've got papers throwing everywhere and all these different, my laptop up, and I got paper everywhere, and I'm always working, and I feel like I'm intruding. So as long as we can have a place by this weekend to do so, I would entertain it, right? Mm-hmm. And I may still do the tennis racket giveaway either way, because I generally can keep up with that on one notebook, and I don't have to have papers everywhere, always updating. So we'll mention it on the next show tomorrow. All right. Anyway, So next segment.
Yep, next segment.
All right, so this is the first thing that I had written in. So generally when we do these pre-major tennis tournament discussions, we always like to, before the draws come out, before we've even seen qualifying. Now I have looked at qualifying a little bit. I did see that Hyung Chung from South Korea is in it. Don't forget, he did well here. What was it, 2017, 18, I think, made like a fourth round or a quarterfinal, and then followed it up with the U.S. Open semi, I think. He's in the mix. And there was someone else I saw in qualifying that was someone I thought could do damage outside of the qualifying. But we like to just start bringing up players, not the obvious, not the Nadals, not the Medvedevs, not the TMs, not the, who else am I missing? You know, we're not the obvious players, right? But players that you either think have an opportunity to do well, to make the second week at least, to make their first initial run on any surface in any major, like the young, I think, Yannick Sinner, the Italian player. You know, just to name some players that you think that no one's going to talk about, and then they have a good opportunity to do well their first run, maybe win the damn thing. Who are some players? Men or women. Now, you notice how I didn't name any women players that were, you know, not the typical guys, right? Because the women's side, I think, has been more exciting than the men's for quite some time. I think the past couple of years, to say the least. So I think there should be a lot more women here than there should be more men here. But let's start with my first one, not in any particular order, was David Goffin. So David Goffin has been through hell and high water with injuries. He comes and he goes, he comes and he goes. Does David Goffin have any chance of doing well at this French Open?
No.
No chance?
No.
Why?
Because there are too many clay court specialists out there. I don't see him as a clay court specialist. You got all the Spaniards, all the ones from South America, the Serbians, the Russians. They're good on clay.
So you have the Kekmanoviches, the Lajoviches.
They can do really good. No, I don't see Goffin. This is not a good tournament for him, no.
All right. I would agree there. Again, I just threw a name out there. Now Goffin is no stranger to the clay. He's a German guy. No, he's not. He's German, right? No, he's from Belgium, right?
Belgium, yeah.
So, that part of the world...
See, Gene said Goffin isn't a clay courter. That's what I said.
All right, next though, what about... Now, I just jotted these players down on the back porch of a house we're staying in with almost no reception indoors, and I got it outside. So I just started tapping names, and I just came up with some. I'm not even saying I'm a fan. What about Borna Coric? Is this an opportunity for Borna Coric to finally do something? He had a decent U.S. Open run. He's been up and down, ebbing and flowing for years. I thought he would be a top 5, maybe top 10 player. Never got there. Does Borna Coric have the guts and the gusto?
Someone said, Sandy, I know this is randomly, has nothing to do with anything you're talking about, but Carla was an absolute rock star cleaning the debris ahead of you while you were driving around Sally Destruction. I guess you must have watched our weather video. You should have seen the debris I picked up around the house. I did it for 2 days nonstop with fire ants.
She works hard.
Eventually I had to stop, and I think that's why I felt bad the next day. So.
And then the next day you found out you had cervical cancer.
Yeah,
so yeah, kind of.
Which explained a lot, but yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, she worked that day.
And when we helped out neighbors and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
She worked really hard for a lot of days, and then she had some discomfort, and then lo and behold, her doctor called her, and she had a couple of biopsies and indicated she had cervical cancer. So I explained a lot of what she dealt with after working like that.
Trump said, Travis is the biggest goal for Novak Djokovic comments, Carla. Yeah, tell me about it. Would like to see Coric make quarters depending on his draw.
Me too.
Thank you, Sandy. She said, glad I found your channel. Love your channel. Thank you very much, Sandy.
Much love.
Thank you very much.
Borna Coric, I agree with you. I think at some point in Coric's career, we can't worry about what his draw looks like anymore, though. He's been around now a while. I think that even the likes of John McEnroe himself, not that I find him a super credible, coach at this standpoint, but, I guess he deserves this say. But I remember John McEnroe 10 years ago saying this kid would be top 5. And it just never happened. And injuries and whatever, but maybe he's healthy, and I would love to see him do well. I like the kid. I'm not a huge fan of the two-handed backhand, so it's really hard for me to watch that for too long. But, I hope his two hands on his backhand, bring him forward in this tournament. Mm-hmm. How about the young Yannick Sinner, the Italian player? I think he's 19 years old now. Does he have a chance to make his first noise in a major and win a couple of rounds at the French Open? What about Cecchinato? Didn't Cecchinato make a French Open final? Did Cecchinato make a French Open final?
No, he did not.
Are you sure?
No, he didn't. It was a semifinal. He beat Novak Djokovic, remember?
In 2018.
Yeah, but Novak wasn't playing like Novak.
Okay.
Stefanos is the dark horse at Roland Garros. I just don't see Stefanos
Who said that?
60-plus game Dark Knight. I don't see his type of game doing good at clay. I just don't see his style of play. I would think he would do better on hard and grass. I would see more of Chorich do better in that type of someone like Medvedev's a flat hitter, so but he might do well. I don't know.
I think the reason why
he can hit over 20 balls, so he would do well.
I think George, this is a good opportunity for George. The young Italian Yannick Sinner. How about his countryman Cecchinato? Can Sinner make noise? I don't know. I haven't seen enough of him. He's still young. Now, I know Yannick Sinner pissed off the beautiful Benoit Beard Pierre at a tournament the other day and then beat him, didn't he?
Yeah, that was awful the way he acted.
Yeah, Benoit, the beautiful Beard Pierre with the fly collar looking like Nishikori like a whole long time ago, looked like an absolute schmuck when he lost his cool against Sinner, and Sinner beat him. So what I'm saying, if Yannick Sinner, the young man, can piss off Benoit, the beautiful schmuck-looking Pierre, enough at just the 2 out of 3 tournament in Rome, I think that he should be able to piss off a lot of other players because, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't Benoit the beautiful dumbass Pierre? Isn't he with the silver hair somewhere ranked around like 25 in the world or maybe more?
I don't know. Trump said, Carl and Justin, you both play tennis and you both know how much energy you need for only one win versus average players. What do you think winning the entire season versus versus best world player's name?
Incredible.
Yeah, that's...
I mean, I hope that this is a good comment, and we were talking to my father just yesterday. I went to a doctor's appointment. She found out something, and anyway, positive note on my arm that's been healing on its own for 4 months. It looks good. Supposedly another 6 weeks I'll be back on the court. Anyway, but we were talking about, and my father is 82. He played number 1 for the University of California, Riverside in 1955 to 1958. Wonderful coach. He brought me up in the game. So we were talking about how difficult it is to win any tournament like a Masters 1000, and especially how insanely difficult it is to win a major. I mean, look at the likes of Wozniacki's that went their whole career trying to win a major. Ana Ivanovic, oh my God, they win that major. Oh my God, they're done, they're retired. Oh my gosh. These people have 17, 19, and 20 of them. Holy shit. It's oh my God, it would be my dream and Carlos' dream to win an ATP 250. And we played this game. We feel like we played at a high level. To win a 500, to win 1,000, oh my God. To win a major just once is the holy grail.
Yeah.
But to win that...
That's the best part of winning.
It's
anyways,
incredible.
Grande said, let's not forget Fognini.
Okay. So we have a name for Fognini. Who said that?
The beautiful...
Who said Fognini?
Grande.
Okay,
Grande.
So Fognini is the beautiful beard, the silky smooth, with the little kind of swag when he walks. So give me the ball, I drop a bomb when you steady him. Give me the ball, looking good.
He's like your typical Italian looking. He's like your typical Italian
silky
dude in New York.
Silky smooth, making sure he looks good. So he's the silky smooth.
Someone asked another question. Where was that question? Okay, where there was a good question. Hold on. Maj says, how much tactical is tennis in general?
Very.
Yeah. Extremely.
Here's the thing with the clay court. The reason why a lot of players excel, not a lot of, but say a different gamut, a different echelon, or a different group of players excel very well on clay, is because after the bounce, the ball is extremely affected. Topspin, the ball slows down a bit. So it allows people that can play, let's say, really well at sports like soccer or European football. In other words, you kick the ball. I don't like to say football because in the U.S. we throw it and tackle it. So if on clay, the tactics sometimes are leveled off against the grinder because sometimes the grinder has more time to get to the ball. Nadal, Halep, these type of players do very well on other surfaces. They've won majors on them, but statistically, their best surface tends to be these. Now, Djokovic, in my opinion, just like the likes of Federer or Serena Williams or Pete Sampras, any of the major players. Now, Serena won this damn thing, 3 times, by the way, but she overpowers people. But let's kind of take Serena out of the mix. If you're a tactician on the tennis court, your goal is not to necessarily pay too much about anything outside of hitting your spots. I want to serve out wide to the tee. That'll give me a 45-degree a 45-degree angle upon the return unless their shot's too good, so I'm covering the 45 degrees. If I'm at that spot in time and I cover my 45 degrees, I'll have the open court. If they get a racket on it, go immediately and split, get ready for the potential lob, but more than likely I'm going to have a backhand volley cross court. That's a tactician. Now, on clay, it tends to be, let me get the serve in and let me run every damn ball down, give him another ball to hit, let me defend really well, use the lob, use the dropper, and move my ass off and beat him with my legs. That would be more of a grinder, like, say, Halep, right? Mm-hmm. So it's very tactical, especially on grass, especially on the hard courts. On clay, it's extremely tactical, like anywhere else, but you have the opportunity there for a dirt ball or soccer player type, European football or South American football player to level the playing field off by just absolutely grinding it out and getting dirty. And that's the difference, and that's why the French is so much different.
I have to say something. Someone asked how much is it tactical. It all depends on the type of player you play. There's some times where you don't even have to have tactics. You can just beat someone because you're just way better. I don't play with tactics unless once I'm in a couple of games and then I see, do I need to change my game or can I just overpower someone?
Exactly.
Then tactics become into place. If you're pretty much level, pretty close to level, then tactics come into play. Other than that, it really doesn't come in.
And a lot of the American tennis players, namely Isner, Opelka, their tactic is big serve plus a forehand. Big serve plus one, big serve plus two. Work them off the court, and then take the angle. And that's one of the unfortunate parts about where men's tennis in the U.S. is going. It's generally a serve plus one with a forehand. Maybe a serve plus one with a forehand, and then you take the backhand up the line. It's very systematic. It's non-dynamic.
Alex M said Murray has a chance only if they award him some privilege because of feminism.
Don't think so.
Carteri Masters used to be.
That's kind of funny, I guess.
Casper Ruud. Jenny said Casper Ruud could do well at the French Open.
Agreed.
Wyndham says he almost took one set from Novak.
Agreed.
Ronnie says Fognini has surgery on both ankles, so he might not be 100%. And Dark Knight says Fognini drinks a bottle of red wine before each match.
That's pretty cool.
Travis says I have tendonitis. Do you have any advice for me?
Where at? In your legs, arms, elbow, where?
And Travis also says, do you know why Novak won 8 Australian Open titles and 3 U.S. Opens?
Well, I think that he's just a beast. I don't know how you would say.
He won.
He is an active nature out there, and he can fight to the death.
There's the lawsuit. Stefan says, I saw Zumor took lawsuit against Roland Garros for suspending him. Really?
I did see this as well. So Zumor was a player that was not allowed to play the French Open because I think
you can go next door. Just close the door.
You don't want to come in here.
Yeah, go next door. Just make sure you close the door.
So Zumor was put out of playing the French Open because someone in his coaching staff was tested positive for the COVID thing. Mm-hmm. So that made him not able to play Roland Garros. I think that's what he was alluding to, and I think that is correct. I read something like that today, so I think that's what he's talking about.
Mosh says, what do you guys think of Vika? We just talked about her, remember, like 4 weeks ago. Now she's a beast. I think Vika will have a harder time at the French Open. Much harder time. Just because there's so many girls that can play on this surface. So many European players.
I wrote. Go ahead. Go. Okay. Azarenka, I wrote this. So who said that?
It's pronounced Jumhur.
Okay.
Jumhur.
So to answer his or her comment, Azarenka, this has never been her surface. Azarenka made a semifinal at the French in 2013. Now, at that point in time, look at Azarenka's body type. We talked about Azarenka's body type just this past couple of weeks before the hurricane hit. Azarenka now is a thinned down version. Kind of looks more like Kvitova than the way she used to look, right? Azarenka in 2013 was that more...
Oh, wait. I got to stop you. He said, I graduated today on faculty, so I represented him on the court.
Who?
You represented Jumhur?
Let's go. Come on.
You represented him?
Let's
What'd
go.
you say?
Come on.
What did you say?
Say, let's go. This is bullshit. The proof is in the pudding, man. Come on. It's just bullshit. But hey.
Now Novak, now this? Come on. No.
Yeah, exactly. But she made a semifinal in 2013 on a very much more stocky, stronger body. That's the type of body type you're going to need, and that's the type of champion I can assure you're going to have. Look at Ashley Barty last year. Boom, boom, built. Who was the champion before Barty? Who won in 2018? Do you remember? Who won at the French Open?
Halep?
Did Halep win it in 2018? Okay, there you go. Boom, boom, boom. that type of body type pays off dirt balling. Why is Diego Schwartzman, even how short he is, so effective?
Why did Henin win? She wasn't boom, boom, boom.
But then Henin was a maestro. Henin was a graceful maestro.
Muguruza's not a boom, boom, boom.
Okay, well, maybe my attitude is shit. But Azarenka hasn't done anything since the 2013.
I just think it's tougher because a lot of these, her strategy is not going to work so well as it does in hardcourt. A lot of these girls know how to hit, in clay. They're very consistent. They know how to change it up. She'll have a harder time.
All right, last segment?
Yeah.
All right, last segment. Today is the beginning of the Hall of Fame voting for the ATP or tennis as a whole, the Tennis Hall of Fame. We've talked about this a lot for the 2 years that we've been doing this show. We've talked about Hall of Famers in basketball and American football and a lot of different sports. I think Hall of Fame is the absolute apex of what you're trying to do, and I think it should be extremely selective for good reason. Okay, understand that. We do feel that the Hall of Fame should be extremely hard to get into. Not just a little hard, but extremely hard. With that said, the current players up for Hall of Fame voting are as follows: Leighton Hewitt, Lisa Raymond, Juan Carlos Ferrero, Jonas Bjorkman, and Sergi Bruguera.
Do they choose one girl, one boy, or does it matter?
I don't know.
How's the selection? How many people do they choose?
I don't know if they can all get in or not. I don't know if everyone gets the same amount of votes, if they can get in or do not. I do think that every one of them deserves to be in. Hewitt.
To me, the most would be Hewitt there. Would be number one.
And also, don't forget about Ferrero. Ferrero's won multiple majors. Lisa Raymond has won something like, 13 doubles titles or something? 14, some crazy number?
11. Her partner, Lisa Raymond was, who was Lisa Raymond's partner?
I remember.
I remember her. What was her partner?
I thought she was a Russian partner. Was she?
No.
She wasn't another U.S. partner, was she?
Let me see.
But Lisa Raymond's a U.S. player, and she won something like 13 doubles titles or mixed doubles titles or something. That's a lot of them. I mean, you're talking the Bryan brothers have won, 20 or 24?
11 Grand Slam
11 titles. Yeah. So that's not necessarily what we wanted answers for. For those players, who gets in? Who's the first one that you should like to get in? But my take on this topic isn't necessarily about today. It's would these few players that I'm about to list, should they be in, even though they never won a major? And we talked about this before. If Lisa Raymond gets in, does that mean Tomas Berdych should be in? I know Berdych never won a major, but gee whiz, is he not one of the better players that you've ever seen that didn't win a major? What about David Ferrer? What about David Ferrer? If some of these players get in, does David Ferrer end up needing to be elected? What about Tim Henman, the British player? Tim Henman, may have not won a major. I think he did. I don't even know if he made a final. I think he made the semis and multiple. What about him? What about Mikhail Yuzny? Yuzny did quite well. Didn't Yuzny make a semifinal of the U.S. Open and a couple other quarterfinals? Was around for what? 7?
I don't know, but can someone tell me the selection? How many they choose? How many do they choose out of all these? You would have to give it to Hewitt. I mean, if Andy Roddick is in the Hall of Fame already, why wouldn't Hewitt be in the Hall of Fame?
That's a great question.
He won one. Hewitt won many.
That's a great question. If Roddick's in, why wouldn't Hewitt be in? Mm-hmm. That's a great question.
Why can't Tim Henman be in the Hall of Fame? Because I saw he was not. Why? Because he never won one.
Well, so did a lot of these people didn't win one. Some of them won doubles.
Juan Carlos Ferrer is a Grand Slam champion. Jonas Bjorkman's a doubles championship and a big one. I remember him. Lisa Raymond, huge. Sergei Bruguera too, back to back.
Okay. So, I mean, I understand that, but still, and by the way, another player that has a lot, I think, to prove of his ongoing growth at the French Open is Denis Shapovalov. Denis Shapovalov battled it out with, who did Shapovalov play? Was it Schwartzman?
Yeah.
And that was an epic battle. I think Shapovalov is good on, any surface. I think he just still has to be a little bit more composed throughout the match and stay a little bit more calm. And I think Shapovalov will do well too. By the way, Stanislaus Wawrinka split up with coach for the second or third time, Magnus Norman, because of personal reasons. I don't think this has any implications on the tournament as a whole. Wawrinka's won 3 majors in Australia, and a U.S. Open, and a French.
Yeah, I guess.
So what is Wawrinka just won Wimbledon short of having a career slam? Is that right or wrong? Is that right?
He's missing what? The Australian.
No, he's missing Wimbledon.
He's missing Wimbledon.
So he's won the French, he's won the U.S., and he's won the Australian. So Stanislav Wawrinka just needs one Wimbledon, and he'll have a career slam, right?
Which he'll probably never get.
He'll never get it.
Yeah.
But with that said, does this make any difference for Wawrinka moving forward? No, because I think that was a good relationship. We've always known Magnus Norman, who, by the way, didn't Magnus Norman make it to number 2 in the world at one point?
Mm-hmm.
Like very recently, like the year 2000 or something.
He was a good doubles player.
Great doubles player. He didn't play a lot of doubles.
Handsome fella.
Yeah, really good and dominant in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it makes any notable difference. Generally, those two had a very good relationship. So surely there was something, hey, it's time for me to move on. And okay, no big deal. I'm good either way.
You're getting older, man.
Yeah,
I need some young,
just
some
time to move
offense
on, yeah.
to make my coaching career keep going and keep rolling.
All right, everyone, much love. That is it for today. Let's go. Come on. Staying positive. Carla will keep you up to date with her cervical cancer diagnosis, hopefully by Friday. We are going to be itching to be coming back to what's left of this house, to come in and do a show daily to help us get through with this stuff we're dealing with, and to stay out of course, people's hair while we're having to sleep there. So we now have an excuse to get down. So anyway, much love to you all. Click a like below. Please subscribe. It helps us out. I know I do these weather videos a lot, and then I'll get a lot of subscribers, and they'll just desubscribe when they see the weather videos. But I always ask them, I'm like, you don't have to watch it. You don't have to unsubscribe. You
He's got tendonitis in the ear. Never heard of that.
In your ear?
Yeah, or is it
tendonitis in ear? I don't know.
Never heard of that.
I don't know. Tendonitis in the elbow or knee, I'm well aware of, but outside of those two areas, I don't know. But yeah, stay subscribed if you're a weather person. You don't have to watch it. And then click a like, and that would be great for us. All right. Adios, and we'll see you mañana, right? Tomorrow?
We'll see you tomorrow.
Let's go.
Thank you.